What is going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the College Hoops 2K22 My Career. We're here today. Richard Ball and the 25-5 Duke Blue Devils have just finished the regular season. We just finished off with a big win against number 5 North Carolina. So riding off into the ACC tournament as the number 1 seed in the ACC. We had a few losses this season. We stumbled against Syracuse and Florida State in ACC play. But Bama, UCLA, Gonzaga, can't be mad about those losses. Great teams. So if we look also, we could see some of the statistics for this year. So at Richard Ball averaging about 16, 7, and 4 for the year. Respectable shooting percentage, about 46 from the field, 38 from 3, and about 88% from the line. So Richard Ball really did his part for this Duke team. Paolo Banchero is right there with him. Mark Williams averaging about 12 and 13 for this year as well. But some of the other players didn't step up as much. But it doesn't really matter. We were able to get 25 wins on this season. And if we look at some bracketology here, we can see Gonzaga 29-1. They certainly are the best team in the country at this moment. Their one lone loss came to 27-3. BYU is currently sitting at a 2 seed. Purdue, Alabama, and then us. We were able at this moment to be holding a number 1 seed. Of course, with conference tournaments coming up, there's a lot that can change. Kansas, Seton Hall, 27-4 in the Big East is no slouch, but their strength of schedule maybe doesn't match some of those other teams. The reasoning why they're not a number 1 seed. North Carolina on the other side, very strong strength of schedule, currently at 25-7 on the year. So there's a lot of shakeup that can still happen, of course, with conference tournaments. But we go to the 3 seed, Michigan, another team that started off really strong. UCLA was in the top 4 for a long period of time, falling off a little bit. Tennessee, Wisconsin was actually a team that we never saw on the top 25 at any point throughout this series. Arizona was a late bloomer. Villanova was a team at the top for a long time. Iowa State was a team that we never saw up there. And look at them now, currently sitting at a 4 seed, 22-8 in the Big 12. Baylor, 22-9. Both teams making strong strides. In Houston, 23-8, an AAC team making that push. Then you have Texas, Michigan State, USC, Arkansas, Kentucky at 20-12 with one of the top strength of schedules in the entire landscape of college basketball. So there's a lot more still to go, of course. Now we're going to go to 7 seeds. Fresno State, 26-5 on the year, coming out of the Mountain West. They have a lot to prove, of course, but they've had a great season. Illinois, Butler, and Xavier, the Big East representing a lot more here. You have UConn there as well. The SEC getting a little bit more respect. Same with the Big 10 and the Big 12. You see some of these 12-loss, 13-loss teams ahead of some other teams that maybe have some better records, but it's all about that strength of schedule, of course. And you know these big conferences, they play each other. Louisville, a team that we have faced a couple times throughout the ACC this season, 2012, currently a 9 seed. And then you go to the first 4 in. SMU has barely snuck their way in at this moment at 20-10. Syracuse, a team that actually beat us this season, currently sitting at 19-13. Nevada, 23-9, and DePaul at 20-12. And then the last 4 in. Look at that, 18-3 for 2 SEC teams as well as a Pac-12 team. And then St. Mary's at 22-9, barely in at this moment. But as I said, there's a lot that can change with the conference tournaments. And the last 4 who just haven't made the cut, 18-14 Maryland, Miami, St. Bonaventure, another team that we played this season, and then Cincinnati at 20-11. So there's a lot still to happen. These conference tournaments are going to cause a lot of shakeup in how the actual bracket is formed and where everyone is finally seated. So it'll be very exciting to see that. And we, of course, will be following along with each of these tournaments. We see the Big 12 tournament here. Kansas getting that number 1 seed. Baylor, then Texas, and then Iowa State to round up those top 4 seeds. But you never know. Some team could make a run. There's other teams right here. Oklahoma, if they go and make a run, can they really push themselves up to the top? Texas, Kansas can solidify possibly a number 1 seed if they go on and win this tournament. But can other teams, such as a Kansas State, a TCU, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, have a miracle run, sneak their way in a tournament? Totally possible. You can say the same thing with the SEC. Alabama has been on top of this conference throughout the entire season. LSU, Arkansas, Tennessee, those other top few teams there, all represented. Kentucky actually had a great non-conference season, but they actually stumbled in SEC play, wound up an 8 seed in this tournament at 20-12. Still one of the best teams in the SEC. And there's a ton of teams here that really have a shot and can make a mark that are currently on the bubble, such as Florida, Texas A&M. So still a lot of shakeup within this tournament specifically. And then if we go to the Pac-12 tournament, as you'll notice, the Pac-12 tournament doesn't look exactly as the same that it's actually formatted, but doesn't really matter, right? Nuance things. UCLA, Colorado, another team that's on the bubble. Arizona's had a great year. They can shove themselves way up if they win. Same thing with USC. And then you've got other teams who are all maybe fighting for a chance to make the NCAA tournament, as everyone there, whoever wins it, of course, is in. The Big East, it's been Seton Hall who has led the way. They've been up there for the majority of the entire season, a team that I didn't expect to be good at all. I have no reason why I think they're good, but they are really good. So that's just how it is. It's how the season turns out, and that's why we love college basketball, right? Villanova, of course, a team that's always been there. Jay Wright's going to have that team ready for March. UConn, Xavier, Butler, a team that's had a great season at 22-10, locking up that number 2 seed. And then teams on the bubble, like a DePaul, having a chance to make their mark. Big Ten, same thing with the Pac-12, a little bit different format, but again, doesn't really matter. Purdue, Michigan State, Wisconsin, and Iowa were those top 4 teams in the Big Ten. And then there's teams that had great years, such as a Michigan at 23-9, sitting there as a 5 seed. Indiana was a 10 seed. And they are currently at 19-13, and they would be in at this moment. But maybe a loss here, and they might stumble out. But this is why we're all here, right? The ACC tournament is what we're all here for. Duke was able to get the number 1 seed, and we are going to be playing the winner of Florida State and Notre Dame. But we have some other games to get to. NC State, Georgia Tech, Pitt and BC, and then Wake Forest and Clemson were the first ones to play in the ACC tournament. And as we can see, NC State ends up moving on, Pitt moves on, and Clemson moving on as well. So we've gotten to that second round of the ACC tournament. And as I've said, we're going to play this winner of Florida State, a team that we actually lost to earlier in the season in Notre Dame. And Notre Dame ends up being the team upsetting Florida State. A 12-20 Notre Dame team ended up upsetting Florida State, and that's who we're going to be playing in this next game. Virginia Tech and Syracuse face off, North Carolina and Pitt will face off, and then Louisville and Miami. Miami, another one of those teams on the bubble, so can they get a big win? We'll see. But we're here, Duke and Notre Dame in the ACC tournament. Quarterfinals tipping off right here. Richard Ball's got it on the outside. He's going to go find Banchero, and he finishes. Notre Dame's trying to get something going. This time a 3. It goes. We're trying to get Banchero involved here early. That's kind of my game plan. Oh, this time, Keels turns it over. I'm getting back on D. Can I get the stop? Nope, that's just bad defense by me, and they get an easy bucket. Driving. This time, Wendell Moore open in the corner. He can't hit. Mark Williams, one of the best rebounders, finishes that one. 10-7 is our score. Banchero this time on a roll, and he finishes. This time a free throw, and I'm getting checked out. Jeremy Roach, don't let me down. Bench unit has been killing it. I'm in. So 20-9, the bench really gave us a nice little lead. I got on the outside trying to get some space. Banchero a 3 this time. He hits. We're up 14 here early. This time, the Irish fight back for a bucket. We've got a nice lead. Banchero's got it. Oh, I'm wide open. I'm going to take this and splash a green bean. 15-point lead. Duke taking it to him. Banchero getting in the post. This time finding John. This time giving it to A.J. Griffin. Griffin's trying to make a play. He finds me, who's wide open. Another green 3. 17-point game, and Mark Williams nearly with the steal, but this time it's Paul Atkinson for 3. We can't let them get back in this game. Keep the gas pedal going, and Banchero with the slam. And that is how this first half comes to an end. 46-27. The bench unit has been killing it. Something that we haven't seen a lot from this team is the bench actually stepping up when they need to. They have done so today, and it's resulted in a huge lead we got right now. Look at this. Banchero trying to set him up has been the game plan, and it's working. He's got 14 points in the first half. I got 6 assists. Mark Williams doing his thing. No good there from Banchero. Here come the Irish the other way. This time a 3. And it goes. They're not completely dead. Trying to just keep on pushing. Bencaro again. They can't defend it. 20-point game. Just give it to Bencaro. He gives it to Williams. Williams finishes. Nice, comfortable 22-point lead. And Bencaro with the block. Up. This time it's me. Wide open. But who's even more wide open? It's Keels. His 3 goes. We are putting them to bed here early with the slam. It is a 29-point game. This place is silent. It's bored. Bencaro. I might not even come back in the rest of this game. So the bench nearly blew it, actually, this time. We were up by almost 30, and it ends up being an 11-point win for Duke. But, hey, 12-20 Notre Dame is really not a competition for 25-5 Duke. We are really finding our groove, especially after that big win against North Carolina. Next game, we just played Notre Dame. Looked really good. Whoever's next in front of us, I would be a little bit scared if I was them. As we see here, Bencaro led the way at 22-11. I had a triple-double, 12 points. Didn't shoot that much, didn't have to. The team was able to take care of business. And the bench unit, hey, they did their job. They were able to score. And defensively, we really stepped up. We weren't allowing them to do anything that they wanted to. So, we move on. As we see here, we move on. And we are going to play Syracuse, a team that beat us earlier in the season. They took out Virginia Tech. So, another big game for us, a redemption game here against Syracuse. And on the other side, North Carolina and Louisville both moving on. But our focus is all on the Cuse. So here we go. We are here in the semifinals of the ACC tournament. Duke and Syracuse ready to square off in a rematch that has been long overdue. Last time, they were able to take it to us. If we see here, Richard Ball has really found his stride and is really playing at a high level. We've been able to figure some things out offensively. Last game, working through Paolo Bencaro. We'll try to do more of the same. But, hey, I'm always ready to take over a game offensively if needed. Here we go. Syracuse Duke, underway. I got on the outside. Bencaro, 3. That's way short. They had no chance. I got it. Out. Oh, more. Nope. I'm on the boards. Finishing. Strong finish. I need a screen. Bencaro setting a screen here for Ball. Gets it. Going around. Bencaro the slam. Our pick and roll has been unstoppable. And there's Gerard again. This time. Can we get them to get a turnover? And we get the turnover. Bencaro steals it this time. Now, I'm trying to make a play. Can't really get anywhere. Wendell Moore, deep 3. He gets it to go. 9-4 here early. Wendell Moore getting his paws on that one. Wide open. I'm going to let it fly. And Green Bean. Really throws me off getting subbed out this early. Checking in. Here we go. John getting the screen, or setting the screen, I should say. He takes 2 defenders down there with him, leaves me wide open. I'm not going to miss a wide open 3. 21-6. They haven't been able to do anything. And on cue, they get a bucket. So we're up by 15 here early. Now, Bencaro again. We'll just keep running if they can't stop it. This time it's Bencaro. He's just got to finish, and 1. Paolo Bencaro to put Duke up by 20. This time, I got it on the outside. Driving. This time, finding Keels. He hits a 3. Can they get something? They haven't been able to do anything. An open 3 goes. Can we get a stop? Yes, we can. Bencaro with the board. I'm running out. Got some space. This time, it's Mark Williams. Likely going to sit the rest of the half, but the bench unit has done a great job in this ACC tournament. As we look here, we are destroying them at the moment. Richard Ball, 8-8. Bencaro, not really shooting that well, but doing enough. I got it here on the outside now, this time from the Williams screen. He's down low, and he's going to finish. It has been some boring blowouts here for Duke. Wendell Moore this time to steal. He finds ball. His three goes again. 44-18. They only have 18 points at this point in the second half. And they finally break 20. This time John finds me cutting and slamming it down. Getting subbed out again. And am I going to come back in? No, I will. Got on the outside again. Doesn't really matter this time. Not much time left. We just got to put some finishing touches and a Wendell Moore heat check. This game has been over very, very, very long time now. Again, Wendell Moore. He's going to hit another three. What a game it's been. Boeheim this time. He gets a bucket. Good for him. 23-point game with about 4 minutes left. I'm just going to back down, try to get a few more points. Why not? So that'll do it for this one. Duke ends up blowing out Syracuse, and we are rolling through this ACC tournament, and we are heading to the ACC championship, where we will face the winner of either North Carolina or Louisville. Should be exciting either way, but we've really found something with running through the offense. Richard Ball at the point, and it's just basically screen and roll with Paolo Banchero, getting him the ball whenever we can, and then drive and kick to one of our shooters. It's really been an efficient method, and it's really leading to a lot of wins, especially when the bench unit produces. As we can see here, Richard Ball with 20 and 13, a very efficient shooting night. He's been leading the way. Mark Williams with 16 rebounds again. Banchero with 13 rebounds, didn't shoot as well. But, hey, we found a way to win. The defense has picked it up. No team has been able to do anything. As we look here, Syracuse really shot the ball poorly, but, hey, credit to us. As we look now at some of the other tournaments, look at that. Kansas ends up making their way through, and it's Texas taking out Baylor, and they will have a chance at the Big 12 crown. So, pretty chalky. 1, 2, 3, 4 all make it to the semis, and then 1 and 3 in the championship game, but should be an exciting finish there in the Big 12. If we look over to the SEC, Auburn, as the 12th seed, has made a Cinderella run through the SEC tournament, and a 16 and 14 team that really didn't have much of a chance at the tournament now has a great chance, possibly a bubble team now, even if they don't win. They beat Kentucky, a Kentucky team that ended up beating Alabama. There's a lot of shakeup that happened here in the SEC, and Tennessee, a team that's really proving themselves here down the stretch, has a chance to win the SEC and really make their mark and really move up in the seeding as well. Next game, or next, I guess, tournament, I should say, the Pac-12 tournament. UCLA and Arizona both stumbling, not making it. Arizona State upset UCLA pretty early, allowing Colorado to snake their way into the championship game. And then Oregon making a run at a 17 and 14 team. Another team kind of like Auburn that has a chance to make a little bit of a run and sneak into the tournament. Will be interesting to see how that plays out. And then the Big Ten tournament. Purdue ended up going down to Michigan. Another team not quite a Cinderella, 23 and 9, projected to be a 3 seed, really making their mark. But then Michigan State, a team that's constantly under the radar, making another run here to the Big Ten Championship. So it will be a battle of Michigan in the Big Ten tournament. Other teams maybe a little bit disappointing, but others making a good run. That plays perfectly within the Big East. As Seton Hall, 27 and 4, the big dog in the Big East, the most talked about team, because some are saying that they're snubbed, ended up going down to Villanova, who ended up making the championship game against Butler. A 22 and 10 Butler team that ended up being the number 2 seed in the Big East. Ended up taking out DePaul, who made a nice little run, maybe securing their spot. So a lot more to shake up here with these conference tournaments. And then the ACC tournament ended up shaking up like this. Louisville ended up taking out North Carolina. I know we wanted North Carolina Duke in the ACC Tournament Championship, but it'll be Louisville. So, I'll see you guys in the next video for that game. I hope you guys have enjoyed up to this point. Please leave a like if you do enjoy. These videos take a lot of time and a lot of effort, but I really enjoy making them, so please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.